I promised you that when I put out my post about using a writing prompt, and I gave you, I think, about 5 or 6 examples of writing prompts, I said I was going to use one. I was going to participate in my own exercise for you, which was to write 500 to 1,000 words using one of those writing prompts. And I have done that for you today. I um, have a little 1,000 word. I think I'm right at about 900. Let me tell you, 974 words. So I'm just shy of 1,000 words. So I used the writing prompt. I'm gonna attach that video to this one. So if you want to participate in using one of those writing prompts and writing your own short story or the start to a novel or even a screenplay, whatever it is, feel free to do that. I created those writing prompts to help you to get started. If anyone was blocked creatively or didn't quite know how to get started, I wanted you to have something that you could take. There's a thriller prompt, a romance prompt, character-driven prompts. I tried to do a fantasy prompt. I think I came up with, because I don't have it in front of me, I only have the story I wrote in front of me right now, but I tried to come up with something that was general enough for everyone that could participate if you wanted to, right? So 500 to 1,000 words. I didn't want to make it too taxing. I wanted to make it fun and creative. And I am going to read you the prompt that I used. Was called the one-sided letter. And this prompt was to write a letter to someone that would never read it. And in that letter, what would you reveal, right? So this is what we came up with. The one-sided letter. Naomi tucked mahogany legs under her as she sat on the grass. She always did love the summer months. The birds seemed to sing louder, and the sky dazzled with a cerulean canvas and fluffy white clouds that looked more like marshmallows. She and her sister Nedra would spend endless hours laying in the grass, staring up at pillowy confections that looked like dreams to pass the time until their mama made the next batch of sweet tea. Naomi pulled one of the 2 ink pens from her messy bun atop her head. It was time she stopped procrastinating. She was long overdue to write a letter only she would benefit from. But her therapist said it was time to let go, or as Naomi's mama would say, let go and let God. Although Naomi hadn't believed in God for a long time. Well, she believed, but she thought God had forgotten about her for years. Then one day, out of the blue, God showed up and showed out. She remembered feeling like Moses when he got a glimpse of the land of milk and honey. And just like Moses, Naomi hadn't been allowed to enter the land of milk and honey, but she'd seen it nevertheless. All that mattered was the fact that her mama and her sister Nedra walked on that land, and it was a sight to behold. But now, if Naomi wrote the letter as instructed, she would finally have the heart to taste that milk and honey for herself. It was something her therapist called closure. So she began. Dear Edward, I would like you to know that I've thought about you exactly one time since that fateful night. I wondered whether or not God allowed you into heaven or whether he sent you straight to hell. I would much prefer the latter, as all demons belong with their father Satan. I can't say as I've had any thoughts past that. It's only because my therapist has tasked me to write this letter that I think of you now. My therapist tells me all the time that forgiveness is for myself rather than the other person. I'm not too sure I believe that. To hell with forgiving you. I refuse to forgive or even forget. I think people lie when they say they forgive someone for doing something cruel and demonic. I honestly don't believe forgiveness brings you peace. I think it's just something people say because they're afraid to walk around telling people that they're actually screaming on the inside. The real charade is perfecting yourself so that the outside doesn't look like the inside. That inside person never goes away. You just learn how to quiet her down from time to time and you coexist. But that's what people like you do. You awaken the screaming inner person in everyone you come in contact with. People like you sell their souls to the devil at an early age, and it's downhill from there, right? They cause strife and destruction in the world and wreak havoc on loving families. But you didn't get to carry out your plans, did you? I stopped you, and I felt good about myself ever since. Remember how you used to tell me that I'd never amount to anything? Well, for your information, I graduated as valedictorian of my class. I'll be attending Harvard University in the fall. The same university you told me would never allow an ugly, poor black girl like me to attend. Harvard offered me a full scholarship, by the way, just to let you know. Guess I'm not so poor anymore, am I? Once I finish Harvard, I'm going to study law. I can't wait to become a lawyer so I can help other black girls with situations just like mine. Nedra has a cat now. Her name is Happy. The name seemed fitting because every single time I walk into that house, it is full of happiness. Do you know why everyone is so happy? It's because you aren't there anymore and you'll never be there again. That makes my heart smile. That makes my inner girl scream less day by day. In fact, she's smiling right now as we both sit here in this cemetery. As I sit on this lush green grass in front of grave marker number 667, boy, am I smiling on the inside. It seems this particular cemetery doesn't have a grave marker 666. The numbers literally read 665, then 667. But I fixed that for you. I brought my Sharpie with me and I made sure to change that 7 into a 6. You deserve the mark of the beast because you were the fowl of the earth. I do, however, want to thank you for giving me life. God does work in mysterious ways. Imagine having a hand in the creation of the person that would one day end your life. That's pretty funny, don't you think? Actually, quite ironic. Violence begets violence after all. And I'd do it all over again to save my mama and my sister. So, Dad, this is the second time I've thought of you, and I can guarantee you it will be the last. My therapist is big on closure, and I think this sums it up in a nutshell. May you continue to rot in hell, and may your soul drown in the lake of fire. Yours in hate, Naomi. P.S. The dead roses I left you, courtesy of that inner screaming girl that's still smiling today. They look good on your grave. So thank you so much for listening. That was called The One-Sided Letter. I honestly did not think I would have as much fun as I did writing this. I am not sure what or if I will continue it further and do something. I know I read it to my daughter and she wanted to know what happened. Like what was the story? What happened to Naomi? What did she do? So for that reason, I may actually have to continue this. I found Naomi to be quite intriguing. I want to know more about Nedra, her little sister, and her mother, and the three of them, their dynamic together in the house. So I don't know. I don't know if I will start a book with this. I am not quite sure. I'm going to think on it though. I, again, did not expect to have a character come across as strong as she did, as young. Naomi's just 18, graduated high school. And I definitely may have to do something with her, which I did not plan to do. But just to show you that is the joy in writing. If you get started, if you manage just a little something, you will be drawn into the story. You can just create these characters that resonate with people that you want to know more about. And I, as the writer, want to write more so that you know. So maybe I'll do something like this and continue Naomi's story online. I don't know. I have to figure that out. So this was an unexpected twist, an unexpected turn for me to have as much fun as I did. Let me close my laptop. But I actually enjoyed this immensely. It was a break from my usual work, because I've been editing scripts right now, my own script, my own work. So sometimes at the end of the day when I'm tired and I'm like, the script is not scripting, y'all, and I'm frustrated a little bit trying to figure out what to do and how I want to change a scene, Naomi came out of nowhere, and now I might be a little bit addicted to her, right? So please start writing. It's never too late. Just start. That's all you have to do. Even if it's 5-10 minutes a day, just start. Write something that makes you want to write more. That's my advice. Just, let it come from your heart. It doesn't have to make sense right off the bat, but I guarantee the more you write, the more a story will take shape. Okay? All right. Happy writing, happy reading. Enjoy your day, but whatever you do, please don't forget to let the day enjoy you on purpose. I will see you next time. Yeah. All right.